All right, what's the idea?
Just a minute, Sonny.
Just a minute, what do you want?
Well, Sonny, I want to talk to you about Miss Sylvian.
Miss Sylvian is none of your business.
Now, you stay away from her.
Joe! What happened? Oh, you're hurt.
Oh, no, I'm all right. Hey, oh, yeah, I guess I am hurt a little bit.
Well, come on inside. I'll fix that cut for you.
All right. Oh.
Arnica.
That's bottled fire, you mean?
You'll give our place a bad reputation. What were you fighting about?
I still don't know. I was walking over to the palace when this big buffalo jumped me. Stay away from Miss Sylvian, he said. A fat chance there is of that happening.
Little Joe, how many times do I have to tell you? I'm not your sort of girl.
Then just what sort of a girl are you?
Well, I'm no Juliet.
Got the whole town talking about you, my boy.
What do you mean?
That fight, my boy. Sylvian, where are the drinks?
Pop, isn't it a little early for that?
Not for me. No, sir, not for me.
Oh, Mr. Cartwright, Mr. Brock.
Oh, Mr. Brock. So I heard a lot about you. You own most of the mining claims around here, don't you?
I've heard about you. Higgler's a real hard case and a troublemaker. I had to fire him from one of my mines. Everyone was surprised the way you handled him.
I was a little surprised myself.
You made an impression on this town, a big one.
Now, we'll have a small libation. Just a small libation.
Mr. Mayor, you know, I think Mr. Cartwright might be the man to help you.
No, what's that? Oh, yes, indeed. The very man.
And help you do what?
Oh, please, sit down. You see, our sheriff, he had an accident. He broke his leg. We had to take him to Reno, and he'll be gone for a couple of weeks. Now, what this town needs is someone to wear his badge till he gets back. Mr. Cartwright, we think you're just the man.
You want me to wear a sheriff's badge?
But you can handle yourself. You proved that today. That's what the job needs. Isn't that right, Mayor?
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah. You look at it from the viewpoint of the people who live here. Now, who are we going to pin that badge on? Some grocery clerk? No.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. Now, don't you think this is an awful lot of responsibility just to hand to someone as young as myself?
You know what we mean, don't you, Sylvian? It's a matter of civic responsibility.
Well, I have to admit it does make sense.
Never argue with a woman, Mr. Cartwright.
It's awfully hard to argue with a woman like Sylvian.
Well, Sylvian?
If it's for the good of the town, I'm on their side.
This job's getting tougher to turn down every minute.
Then why turn it down?
There's something I have to do first.
Then you're saying you're gonna take the job?
I'm saying I'll think about it.
Well, that's good enough.
Capital. Now, I think we should have a little drink on that. I hope you'll see it our way.
Gentlemen, I'll let you know by tomorrow morning. I'll see you later.
I'll be here.
But why? Don't you think I can handle responsibility?
Now, Joe, I'm talking about a particular kind of responsibility. The responsibility that every man wears who pins on a badge and works and sometimes dies, making the law stand for what it does.
But, Pa, I understand that, but no one, not even this kind of sheriff you're talking about, knows how he's going to work out until he's given the chance.
But why a sheriff, Joe? Why? I didn't raise my sons to live by a gun. Now, we all worked hard to make the Ponderosa what it is. I'd always thought that we'd all be content and happy to share in its future.
Pa, it's not that. Look, I'm not deserting the Ponderosa. All I want is a chance to see if I can handle a job when it's given to me off the Ponderosa as well as on. Pa, it's only for a few weeks. Besides, what could happen in a little town like Rubicon?
It only takes one man to break the law. Son, I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't tell you that I don't like this idea. Now, perhaps, well, maybe it'd be better if you tell him to find someone else.
You mean find someone that's older, don't you, Pa? Someone who's not the baby of the family, someone who's a grown-up man like Hoss or Adam. Well, I'm tired of being little Joe, Pa. I'm tired of being the little brother. I want a chance to do something by myself.
Joseph, I never treated you as a baby.
I'm sorry, Pa, it's not you. But it is Hoss and it is Adam. They don't pay any attention to anything I do. Everything I try to do is a big joke to them.
Well, I think I can understand how you feel, son. But do you really think that pinning on a sheriff's badge is going to solve that problem?
Joe, we got all that wood loaded without you.
Oh, you're back from Rubicon when the work's all finished. That's pretty good timing.
That's enough fooling around, boys. Little Joe here has a serious decision to make, and I think we all ought to hear it.
Well, tell me he's going to marry that little gal over in Rubicon.
Which one? Aren't there several?
Joe's been offered a job.
What kind of job, little Joe?
Being the sheriff of Rubicon.
Sheriff?
What's everybody in Rubicon, gals or something?
At least you can see now why I have to take the job.
Sheriff.
Thank you very much, boy. You just forced him into making a decision that I didn't want him to make.
Oh, you mean he really wants to be a sheriff?
Yes, I'm afraid he does.
Oh, Pa. Little Joe's just little Joe.
Just a kid.
Is he, Adam? Or is it that you've been thinking of him for so long as being just a little brother that you've forgotten that he's growing up? That he has grown-up feelings and grown-up pride?
If he's really serious about this, we ought to get into Rubicon. He's going to get him some trouble he can't handle.
No, that's just the point. Little Joe's got to learn to handle his own troubles. I only wish he'd hadn't picked such a hard way to start. I hope he remembers.
Remembers what?
That he has a family. That we love him. And we'd help him if he needs help.
Brock,
Well, Mr. Mayor, what is it?
he's here. That Cartwright kid.
You mean little Joe? Then he who went for it, didn't he?
Yes, he went for it.
He must sure think a lot of your daughter, Mr. Mayor.
I hope she thinks you're worth all this. I'll be glad when the whole thing is over.
Come on, you old sot. Fortify yourself with some courage to swear in our new sheriff.
Those men you sent for, when'll they get here?
All in good time, Mr. Mayor. All in good time.
And I further swear that I will enforce the laws of this town and my country.
To the very best of my ability, so help me God.
To the very best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations and thanks, Sheriff. Well, Mayor?
Oh, yes, congratulations.
Oh, is that all there is to it?
It's a simple act, Cartwright. All it takes is a good man.
No, I almost forgot. The city charter. The law requires the sheriff to read it.
I guess I better learn the laws I'm supposed to enforce.
Now, don't go expecting too much excitement in our little town, Sheriff. And if you get tired of reading, you know what a royal palace is.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mayor.
Ab, I'm not sure about that kid. He seemed pretty serious about this thing.
You worry too much, George.
Well, I have reason to. And the others. Time's getting close, and they're not even here yet.
Yes, they are, George. Yes, they are.
At the end of the hall.
Who are the two undertakers?
I don't know. Just some strangers. So, you decided to take the job.
That's right. That's getting to see you the hard way, isn't it?
Is that the only reason you took the job?
No, it's not the only reason. But I think you're a pretty good one. Oh, reminds me, I wrote something down for you. What's the matter? Don't you like it?
The city charter of Rubicon?
Oh, no, I gave you the wrong paper. Oh, there.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It's beautiful.
Hey, you know what it's from?
Romeo and Juliet.
Of course, I'm not exactly Romeo.
Hey, what's going on here? The duties of the job aren't too demanding, are they, Sheriff?
Now, to be quite frank with you, I'm not exactly sure what my duties are yet.
Well, don't let me chase you away. Fred, let me have a cup of coffee, will you, please?
I guess it is about time I showed the citizens of Rubicon what their new sheriff looks like. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye, Joe. Ab, why are you doing this?
Oh, honey, why worry about it?
Why did you have Sheriff Cleaver sent out of town?
Because he's a hard-nosed old man with 35 years' experience, wearing a badge and using a gun.
And little Joe?
Just a romantic kid.
With no experience.
That's right. Even if he blunders into my plan, he'll hesitate at that crucial second. By the time he figures out what to do, it'll be too late.
Will you please tell me what's going to happen and when?
How long has it been, Sylvian, since we first met?
5 years, 3 months, and 2 days.
And you've been patient, honey. And now we almost have it.
Ab, I would have married you 5 years ago without a cent.
I know, but marriage without money is no good. Now we can have both. Just a few days, we'll be on our way with the whole world in front of us.
But I don't want the whole world. I just want you.
How about yesterday? No hard feelings.
Get lost, Sheriff.
And now, look, I'm only trying to be friendly.
Now, you look. Don't you try to play sheriff with me, sonny boy. You run along home and play with your toys.
Wait a minute, I just tried...
All right, sonny boy. Come try. Now, why don't you just give up, sonny boy?
Hold it. You're not going anywhere just yet. Don't make me use it. Take your gun out nice and easy and throw it in front of you. All right, I'm taking you in.
Now, what's wrong? You sore because you got a little bit of your own medicine?
No, I've been beat up before. I just want to find out why you didn't nail me the first time.
What's the charge?
For a starter, assaulting an officer of the law. Over by the cell. Get inside.
You can't keep me here.
I can and I will. You answer some questions.
Like what?
Like who hired you to lose that fight?
Well, I can't answer a question like that.
You're gonna have to if you want to get out of that cell.
You know, I never met the man I couldn't whip. With ease. But they're no good against bullets.
Give me the answers I want, and I'll make sure you get safely out of town. Who's the man that hired you?
You don't expect me to answer that.
Man, you're afraid I won't know whether you did or not. Not gonna be able to take any chances with you behind bars.
They know I won't talk.
Yeah, sure they will. And for a day or two, what's gonna happen then? They're not gonna be able to take any chances. They're gonna come for you, Higgler. You don't have much choice.
I got one choice here, boy. You're gonna have to beat it out of me. If you think you can.
Joe, I heard about it. Oh, look at your face.
All right, never mind that. Let's talk. All right, yesterday I was a big man. I whipped the town bully and didn't even mess my hair. Today I couldn't have whipped Higgler with one hand tied behind his back. Now, you know what that means?
No, I don't.
It means this whole thing was a setup and I walked into it like a fool kid.
Oh, Joe, don't say that.
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it? And you're in on it too, aren't you, Sylvian? Weren't you?
No. Joe, believe me, I don't know anything about this.
You and Brock talked me into taking this job. They couldn't even wait a day or two, could they?
Joe, maybe you shouldn't have taken this job.
All right, move on. The excitement's over. Now, what do you know about this? What's gonna happen?
I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't want you to get caught in it.
An hour ago, you were tickled pink I took this job.
All right, I changed my mind. Now take off that tin badge and quit trying to play grown-up. You're just a kid. Can't you understand that? There are some things you just can't do.
Thanks. Now you sound like my family.
Then go home, Joe, where you belong. Whatever is wrong here is not your concern.
This badge makes it my concern. This town gave me a job. I'm gonna finish it.
And what'll you do the next time you run into another higgler? Read him some poetry? Something out of Romeo and Juliet?
You're just stupid. Is that head of yours filled with muscle? Why don't you stay out of town like I told you?
I was getting out of town, Mr. Brock. I just stopped for one drink.
For one drink. And you ended up in the sheriff's jail. What did you tell him?
I didn't tell him anything. I swear it, Mr. Brock.
I don't like this, Ab. I don't like it at all. You said it'd be simple. Now it's getting complicated. Just shut up!
Now, you just get him out of town. And you put him on the road.
You mean under the road, don't you?
No, you let him go. I don't want any more, as my friend, the mayor, puts it. Complications. Now, you just get out of here.
Nothing, my dear. You leave it be.
Leave it be? How can I? I just saw Higgler with one of those strangers. Pop, how'd he get out of jail?
No, I told you before. Leave it alone. The less you know, the better off you'll be.
All right. He won't tell me. I'll go ask Ab.
No. Please don't do that. I don't want you involved in any of this.
Aren't you my father? Aren't I already involved?
You looking for something, Mayor?
Oh, Sheriff. Just in time for a little drink.
Oh, no, thanks. No drink. I just have some questions that need answers.
Answers? Answers? They're all in the city charter, my boy.
No, not these answers, Mayor. They didn't bother to write these down. But I think you could give me a few.
Well, let's not just stand here like ordinary citizens. After all, we're city officials. Let's go over there in the alcove and have a little talk. Hmm?
That's just what I want to have, Mayor. A little talk.
Sylvian, can't you see that I'm busy with my associate from San Francisco?
I understand, Mr. Brock. A gentleman never keeps a lady waiting.
All right, but I want to go over our business arrangements again.
I'll be just down the hall, Mr. Brock.
All right, what is it that can't wait?
Ab, what's going on? Who are these men? What do they want here?
I haven't got time to answer a lot of silly questions.
Well, Joe Cartwright is asking me questions, and they're questions I can't answer. He wants to know about Higgler and about how he got to be sheriff.
What'd you tell him?
What could I tell him? I don't know.
That's right. And what you don't know, you don't worry about.
But Joe's right. You did set Higgler up for him, didn't you? I just saw him now in the lobby with one of those undertakers.
All I did was send him out of town. You really enjoy looking for trouble, don't you? Tomorrow, everything out there can belong to me. But there's one man who can ruin it. He's coming to Rubicon tomorrow on the stage.
Is that the man that's going to buy the options on your mining claims?
He knows me from somewhere else. Under a different name and a different reputation.
Ab, I don't know what you're talking about.
The minute he steps off that stage, there's gonna be an accident.
Why?
Because he can blow my scheme sky high the minute he sees me. I didn't even know he was with that mining syndicate till they telegraphed me. He's gotta die.
But that's murder.
Of course it's murder. Men murder other men every day in the week for small, petty reasons. Well, this is gonna be for a big reason. For us and our future.
But Ab, I don't want it that way. I won't let you do it.
What are you gonna do, go to the authorities? To your father, the mayor, or maybe to our new young sheriff?
Listen, he may be young, but he believes in that badge.
Well, he lifts one little finger. He's gonna be our young but dead sheriff.
No, Ab, please.
Sylvian, you've waited 5 long years, same as me.
But I don't want it like this, not this way.
What do you want? You want that cheap bar downstairs? You want to be stuck in this town the rest of your life? Now, listen to me. It is all arranged and paid for. No connection with me at all. It's gonna look like a robbery attempt on that stage that failed.
Oh, that's why you sent for those 2 men. I knew it. I smell death on them. Everywhere they go, they reek of it.
That's right. That's their job. Honey, I thought you loved me.
I do love you.
Then trust me, Sylvian. You won't regret it.
And what about little Joe? He's only a boy, Ab.
Well, you just keep him occupied till after that stage comes in. Nothing's gonna happen to him.
That's several hours.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Ab, please tell me you love me.
You know I love you. Don't you ever forget it.
Don't worry, Sylvian. He didn't tell me anything. Oh, he escapes pretty fast in that bottle. So that leaves you.
Yes, I guess it does. Do you want to ask me any more questions?
For a starter, where's Brock? Guess I know where he is.
Joe, wait.
Brock! Brock! You know where he went? Where is he?
Little Joe, I've got to talk to you.
Oh, that's very funny. All of a sudden, you have to talk to me, huh?
Look, what I said before to you, I was angry.
In anger, truth will out. I read that somewhere. Not in Romeo and Juliet.
I tried to tell you I was no Juliet.
All right, we've been through this all before, haven't we? All I want now are some answers. You're Brock's girl, right? You've always been his girl.
Oh. You had to find that out someday.
And that's why you went along with this cheap trick of making me the sheriff, why you got me to pin this badge on her.
Yes, because my man asked me to. And because I would do anything that my man asked me to do. With one exception, little Joe. Murder.
So that's it, huh? All right, when is it going to be?
Tomorrow, sunup. On the stage. They're going to try to kill one of the passengers. I don't know who.
The 2 undertakers we saw, Brock hired them too, didn't he?
Yes.
2 against 1, he likes a sure thing. Now you want me to stop it, is that it?
I wish you could. But pinning on a badge and strapping on a gun will never make a gunfighter out of you.
Yeah, so that's the real reason for giving me the job, huh? Yeah. Yeah, they wanted a boy for a sheriff, not a man.
But you are a man, Joe, a very good man. But you can't do it alone.
Yeah, I think my family might agree with you. I don't know the real reason why I took this job. Oh, granted, you were part of it. The real reason was the first time in my life somebody outside the family offered me a job with responsibility. It was a chance to prove myself to my father and my brothers. And look at me now.
Wait a minute. Your father and your brothers. With their help, there'd be enough of you to stop this whole thing. Well, Joe, you can't do anything about it all by yourself.
I can try.
You wouldn't stand a chance.
That's the way it was planned, wasn't it? Oh, don't you worry, Sylvian. The stage comes in tomorrow. I'll be there to meet it.
Joe, wait. You do understand, don't you? I mean, about Brock and me.
No, I don't understand. Not you and Brock. Not a girl like you.
Sylvian, where are you going this time of night?
Like you told me, what you don't know won't hurt you. It's too late to worry about me now, Pop.
Well, that ought to hold you for a while.
And she wouldn't tell me where she was going. Now I'm asking you to get up and find her.
She's a big girl, Mayor. I'm sure she's been out alone at night before.
You mean to tell me you're going to lie there and do nothing?
Look, I'm the sheriff here, not her father.
I should have known better than to swear in a boy for a sheriff.
They wanted a boy? All right, I'll give them one.
You think somebody stole your horse?
Well, no, I didn't say they stole my horse. I just said it disappeared out of the barn.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sheriff. Maybe the mayor
Hey,
here
look,
and I...
Mr. Brock. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. Brock. About my being sheriff.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, see, in the beginning, the whole idea about being sheriff and everything, well, see, that all appealed to me. I don't know. I think I'm too young or something. I think it's too big a job for me.
Cartwright, we're satisfied with the job you're doing. You're doing just fine. Isn't that right, Mayor?
You sure? Fine.
Hey, but am I really, Mr. Brock? Now look, first thing, I arrest that bully Higgler, and then I lose him. Earlier this evening, I'm talking to Sylvian. Now she's disappeared. And to top it all off, I can't even find my horse.
Well, it's just that you kind of new at the job. You haven't had much experience sheriffing, but you'll get better as you go on.
I just don't think so.
Sure you will. There's only one thing, though.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, it's Sylvian. I think you should go look for her.
Yeah, but how can I? I don't even know where she went.
Well, the mayor's kind of worried about her. Would you look for her, Sheriff?
Without a horse?
Listen, Cartwright, I happen to own a livery stable here, and it's just full of horses. If they haven't all been stolen by now, you can have your pick.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Brock. Hey, yeah, I'll get started in the morning.
Oh, the morning? Well, that's hours from now. You better start at once, Sheriff.
In the dark?
Well, I think it gets light about 5 o'clock. You should find your way around by then.
5 o'clock. Yeah, well, I better get my stuff together.
Your stuff?
Oh, yeah, my guns, my handcuffs.
Oh, of course.
My warrants.
Well, good luck, Sheriff.
Okay, well, thanks, Mr. Brock. I'm gonna make it all up to you.
That kid couldn't find a needle in a pincushion. I tell you, Brock.
All right, Mayor, all right. I just want him out of town. He's liable to get himself killed hanging around here. And I want this clean, and I want it simple.
What about Sylvian? Where's she gone?
Will you get a hold on yourself? She's a woman, isn't she? She's worried about this business. She doesn't want to see it happen. She'll be back when it's all over.
Everything's getting all mixed up. Maybe we could call it off, huh?
We can't call it off. Do you understand that? And stop worrying about Sylvian. I told you she'll be back. She loves me.
Mr. Cartwright! Mr. Cartwright!
You all right? You hurt?
Yes, I'm all right. Is this the Ponderosa?
Oh, yes, it is. What are you doing with little Joe's horse?
I've got to talk to Mr. Cartwright.
Here, I best get you in the house. Paul! Hey, Paul, come down here, quick!
What is it, Hoss?
Paul, this little gal came riding in on little Joe's horse.
Get some brandy. What's this about you riding in on my son's horse?
Well, I thought if I rode his horse, you'd believe me.
Believe what? Who are you? Where are you from?
My name is Sylvian. Thanks. My father owns the Palace Hotel in Rubicon, and I work there.
You didn't ride all the way from Rubicon to tell me that. What's happened to little Joe?
Well, nothing yet, but something's going to unless he gets some help.
What kind of trouble is he in?
Mr. Cartwright, you brought him up too well. You taught him about responsibility.
What kind of trouble is he in?
He's in serious trouble. And in a few hours, he's going to be facing up to it all alone.
Facing up to what?
2 hired killers.
Get at him.
Hey, Adam! Adam! Come down here right quick!
You're the girl Joseph has been seeing in Rubicon?
I'm the girl. Not quite the right kind of girl for him, am I, Mr. Cartwright?
You're a pretty girl, Sylvian. The important thing is to get help to Joseph right now.
Doesn't everybody ever go to bed around here? Oh, why didn't you say we had company?
It's Joe. He's in trouble in Rubicon.
Saddle up the horses. It's a long ride. Will you be able to ride with us?
I can try.
And so, Dad, I realize now it's awfully tough to face responsibility alone. But I've made up my mind to see it through. If something goes wrong, I know you'll understand. Joe.
Gentlemen, it worked like a charm. The rest is up to you.
That's what we've been paid for, isn't it?
Now remember, it's the man I shake hands with.
Put up your hands. Throw down that shotgun. All right, everybody out.
Drop it! Don't shoot! Somebody get a doctor. Mr. Jennings? You know this man? His name is Brock.
His name isn't Brock. It's Winslow, John Winslow. I saw him commit murder in St. Louis 6 years ago.
I tried to stop it for your sake.
Poor Sylvian. Always the worrier. Looks like you're 6 years too late.
I don't understand.
Jennings can tell you. That's why I was meeting you. To wipe you and that memory out of the world. The world that was almost mine.
Take it easy. I've sent for a doctor.
Doctor? Aren't you gonna use that tin badge of yours? Aren't you gonna arrest me? I made a big mistake picking you.
I'm sorry, Sylvian.
Come along, my dear.
Oh, Anne. Oh.
job, son?
It's a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
Well, I didn't think you'd mind if we came to pay you a visit.
Thanks, it gets a little lonely in a strange town.
Looks like you did a real good job, little brother.
You coming home with us?
As soon as the regular sheriff gets back.
Want us to hang around?
Why, so you can make some more jokes about me?
Sorry, never again.
That's for dang sure, little brother.
Well, look, why don't you come over to my office and have a cup of coffee?